Hey everyone, it's Gina and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a drugstore makeup review, and this one is on the Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. I've never tried Makeup Revolution. It's available at Ulta. I picked mine up at my local Ulta. I was kind of impressed with the makeup brand because you don't really see a lot of drugstore brands with like a full setup of testers and lots of shades, and it just looked kind of more like a professional high-end brand, so I was really eager to try it out. And I heard some great things about this foundation, so I wanted to review it for y'all and share with you my honest thoughts. You guys know that my videos are definitely focused on bringing you guys more affordable looks and things like that, and sharing my honest reviews with you because I would never want you to waste your money on a product that doesn't work. So thought I would test this out and really put it to the test with my oily skin. It's kind of normal to oily, a little bit combination here or there, so I kind of have a mixture of skin type going on, so I thought it would be perfect to try out something a little bit different like a stick foundation, since you guys have seen me use my tried and true CoverGirl foundation for so long, so I figured it's time to try something new. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm first going to just kind of dab this all over my face. I just kind of start in the center where I need the most coverage, and I kind of pull it out this way. And once it touches your skin, it kind of warms up, so it really glides nicely. Now I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush. It's what I love using to apply my foundation. I have tried applying this multiple different ways. I actually really liked it with a wet makeup sponge. I used my Sigma Precision sponge. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I tried it with my e.l.f. sponge. It's worked great with all the sponges if the sponges are wet. But I find that that just takes a lot longer to apply, so this is the fastest way, and this is what I tend to reach for when I apply it for work and stuff when I'm in a hurry, so that's why I'm showing you with this. And this just blends it out flawlessly. I totally forgot to spray this, but it does help it stay on a lot longer if I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is one of my favorite primers. A lot of regular like cream primers break me out, and this is one that doesn't. So I've been using that before I apply it, and it does help it last a little bit longer. And I also have on underneath my Pacifica Mattify and Prep Pineapple Moisturizer. I will link you to that on the blog post that goes with this video, but it's basically a moisturizer that is mattifying for oily skin, and it leaves like a film on your skin that just kind of like seals everything in and keeps it matte. So I also have that on underneath as a prep. Okay, so you can kind of see the finish of it. It does have a little bit of a dewiness. It's definitely not a matte foundation, but it looks like natural skin, I would say. I wouldn't call it like a full-on dewy, shimmery type, like luminous foundation, but the texture is very creamy to where it does just look like skin. Now, since I do have oily skin, I am going to set this after I apply my concealer. I'm actually gonna use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. This one I think I need a lighter shade in. I haven't been too crazy about this. I was gonna review this also, but I don't feel like it has that great coverage. Maybe it's just me. But see, I feel like it just kind of disappeared. It's not like some of the other concealers that I have. It's a great drugstore option, I feel like, but it doesn't compare to my higher end concealers that I use under my eyes that have a lot better coverage. See, it's not bad, it's just not amazing. It's very thin though, so if you like that type of concealer, it would be great. So now I'm just gonna set it with my e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. This is the only powder that keeps me matte. And you can see when I do that, it definitely lightens it up. So definitely mattified that sheen. All right. So this is the finish after it's been mattified. Looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna finish off with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I definitely need a setting spray when it comes to this foundation because I do find that it wears away on my chin and around my nose, super annoying. It's not like I'm even oily. I don't feel oily in those areas at the end of the day, but it's like the foundation just wears away on me. Like my chin, by the end of the day, I can see like the skin peeking through underneath, and then a little bit like in the crease of my nose, but not terrible, but just enough to where I would have to touch up if I were going to go like out after work or something. will be right back when I'm finished with the rest of my makeup. So I just finished with my makeup. I did like a fall purple look, but the foundation held up really well once I put on my cream blush and I put on cream highlighter, and it didn't like wipe away or anything as I was applying those, so that is good. So yeah, this is how my skin looks afterwards. It's definitely a full coverage. I feel like it did cover up really well, covered up my freckles, my redness that I have. I have a little bit of acne scarring left over, and it did a great job at covering that up. So in terms of wear and if I would recommend this, I definitely would recommend it. But if you have super oily skin, like probably more oily than mine, I would say to steer away from it unless if you have some pretty good primer and setting powder and setting spray and stuff, because it does wear away, like I said, a little bit on my chin, but I really do like the foundation in terms of the coverage and how the finish is, and it doesn't settle into fine lines or anything, which I really like. So I feel like if you had dry skin, this would be amazing because it is very creamy, it's very rich. If you are like an older woman that definitely wants to focus on anti-aging and things like that and more moisturizing products, then this would be amazing for mature skin because it is very hydrating. This is something I will probably recommend to my mom because it's something she can get at her local Ulta, and it's more affordable than some higher end foundations, and I think it would cover up like her rosacea and stuff really well. I would be curious to see how it does for like deeper wrinkles or larger pores and stuff in terms of like if it settles into them at all, because it is very creamy. I don't notice that at all with mine. I have fine lines on my forehead, and I don't notice it settling there. And I also, like, by the end of the day get like, I guess from looking at screens, I get a little wrinkle like right here. And I don't notice that happening there, but I am using that setting powder. If I didn't use the setting powder though, it would probably be pretty bad. So I have experimented with this with and without primer and with and without setting spray and stuff, and I definitely need those extra steps with this to keep it on longer. And I wouldn't say I'm super oily. I'm pretty much normal with a little bit of oil sometimes on my chin and on my nose, but not like full T-zone oil or anything. So if you are very oily, this probably is not gonna work for you. In terms of the concealer, like I said, I didn't feel like this was very full coverage. Maybe that's just me, but not sure if I'm gonna keep this or not. I might exchange it for a lighter shade. Maybe I would like that more. If I do that and I find that I like it more, then I will do a full review video on it. So that is it for my final thoughts on the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. I hope you guys found this helpful. I will have a blog post that goes along with this video, which kind of does like before and after pictures. I'll link to the other products that I use, like my primer and setting spray and powder and stuff if you're interested in those. So that will be the first link in the description box down below. If you want to see more foundation reviews, please leave me your requests in the comments down below and I will definitely get to those. I definitely want to review some more drugstore foundations. If you want to see my everyday makeup routine and what I typically do using my CoverGirl foundation that I love, I will link that video for you down below too, and it's just my everyday routine for work that's pretty quick and it's mostly drugstore as well. So that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I usually post videos on Sundays, so if you turn on those post notifications, you'll be notified when that goes live, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone.